Stories of a Death Collector, Stories of the Other Side, Episode 5. My name is Ariana, and I'm looking at a question I received from someone. From your perspective, Ariana, what is God? Where is God, and what does He look like? I turn to Lugarno. Lugarno, now that my blog is up and running, people ask difficult questions. They want to know what God looks like and if we see Him here on the other side all the time. Without hesitation, Lugarno answers, tell them yes. Yes, we are lucky to be in the presence of God all the time here. But not even us here on the other side have ever seen God in His full, unmediated glory yet. To describe God to anyone is beyond human capability or understanding. As you know yourself, God only gives glimpses of Himself to us every now and then in various forms. As God is spirit, immortal and eternal, He is mostly invisible. Yet, sometimes manifests Himself as something concrete and understandable. But Lugarno, there are people who had near-death experiences and they claim that they saw Him. That is also possible, as He may appear as Jesus Christ, His Son, as Jesus is also God. But God is more than that. He is also the air that we breathe, everything inside and in and around us. But let's stick to what they saw. They saw Jesus. When God created man, He said, let's create man in our own image, meaning that part when He manifests Himself as Jesus. But take close notice to the words our, we, as in three of them, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, yet one entity, one. We may not disregard any one of it. They are united as one, and Jesus is the only human-like image of what may be seen of God on earth. As from God Himself, the message is very clear. You cannot see my face. No one may see me and live. When God appears to human, it is in the image of Jesus. That was how He sometimes visited earth, even Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Naturally, the next question will be, so what does Jesus look like? There are some descriptions of what Jesus looks like as He roamed the earth. Not usually His physical features, though. More emphasis is put on His appearance of majesty, power, and a beautiful, awe-inspiring nature. Someone you may feel drawn to, someone you can talk to anytime. You can even pray to Him. He is holy. You are invited to pray through Him to the Holy One. He is our mediator, and yet He is God at the same time. So is that? Is there nothing more to be revealed of God the Almighty? I asked. Well, you can refer to the more nosy ones, to the greatest book of it all, to the one God wrote for man, the Bible, that part where the prophet Ezekiel had a vision of God's glory. Ezekiel 1 verse 26 to 28. I repeat, Ezekiel 1, 26 to 28, but don't even attempt to read it out loud. Let them read them themselves. And then you can maybe also refer to Revelation 1 verses 14 to 16, the Apostle John, that describes Jesus Christ in His glorified form, and that you may read out loud. Okay, Revelation 1, verse 14 to 16. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned into a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. Okay, you tried, Ariana, but let's give that link again. Revelation 1 verse 14 to 16. But as you can see, God is strong, yet he is also loving, caring and understanding. The arm of the Lord is not too short or too long. He can save, nor is his ear too dull to hear. So you can speak to him. His eyes see everything. You may see God as our shepherd. We, the lambs, that is carried in his arms when we cannot walk anymore by ourselves. As he created us as humans, he is painfully aware of our needs, like food, water, shelter, to be loved. He knows our fears and much more. That is why we may pray to him. We may ask for his help. God is neither male nor female in the human sense, because God is a spirit without a physical body. So do not focus on a concrete image of what he looks like. Rather remember what he is, and that he was, he is and will be forever. He is both majestic yet intimately close to everyone. He is guiding us, he loves us, and he welcomes a deep relationship with him. You may seek him all the time. And that is it. That is all you are allowed to say about God in your rather light-hearted blog, Ariana. Thank you, Lugarno. To be continued.